friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do another talking video. These are my favorite types of videos, as you can probably see on my channel. But yeah, I want to talk about something that's actually quite relevant to today's society, and that's the issue of race. So before everyone turns off this video and is like, why is everyone talking about race all the time? Let me just preface it with, this is not like a pity party kind of situation. This is not me complaining. This has nothing to do with me trying to make people feel a certain way. It has everything to do with me wanting to explain to people something I feel like is really misunderstood. So let's get into it. To start off, it's important to note that categorizing people is an innate thing. It is something that humans have evolved to do because it's the best way for them to easily recognize someone. So categorizing people is always a thing, and it always has been. But when it comes to putting certain groups of people into certain categories and assuming that everything you believe about them, or everything you've heard, or every action that one person from that group has applies to the whole group, that's when the categorization becomes stereotyping, and that's when it becomes negative. So essentially, I just want to put that out there so people understand that I don't believe that it's wrong necessarily to categorize people in general, because obviously there are groups of people, there are groups of people, and that's just something that exists in this world. And it's not innately negative to identify people in groups. But the main issue with especially Black Americans, or just Black people in general, anyone that's kind of the minority, is that they are categorized based on beliefs that have been ingrained in everyone for years and years and years, beginning with slavery and still affecting us in our everyday lives today. So for me, I won't really go into too much detail. I might make another video about my personal experience growing up as a Black woman, and how I identified and how I struggled with that. But for now, I'll just say that it is, as much as some people don't want to admit it, it does affect you. If you have a skin color that's different than the, I guess you could say, majority, in terms of whites, I guess, or white people. White sounds weird, but you know what I mean. If you are darker skinned, automatically people group you and associate you with something else, something that you might not be, something that you may be, whatever. And it always will have a negative effect on that person when they are not looked at as the same as everyone else, and they're automatically looked at as different. Imagine a sensor on a person's head, and they go to meet somebody and they see the color of skin, and they just automatically, their sensor goes off, that person is this, and they categorize them. When most of us see white people, or white passing people, we don't assume certain things about them typically, for the most part. And I'm making generalizations here. Obviously every single thing does not apply to every single person, but for the general assumption, it's, you just think of them as a person. Who are you? What's your name? Where are you from? Blah, 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 blah. But with Black people or minorities, there's an automatic assumption, whether you realize it, whether it's conscious or not, it could be subconscious, you still are aware of all of the stereotypes, all of the negative associations with being Black, or with being darker skinned, or with being brown skinned, whatever you want to call it, with kinky hair, whatever the identifier is. Anyone who has been exposed to any type of stereotype for this group will make associations in their head, whether they realize it or not. And that's just a really important point that I wanted to kind of clarify, because I think that a lot of people have this idea, especially a lot of white people and stuff have this idea, I don't see color, I'm not going to think about you based on the color of your skin, I'm not going to acknowledge your color. But it's that's not what we want, that's not progressive, that's just literally ignoring the fact. We do have a different color skin, and that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not beneficial to say I don't see color, because in this society, there is still so much systemic racism, so much, implicit racism, so many different types of discrimination, racism, stereotyping, what have you, against Black people and people of color in general. And it's so dismissive when people, especially white people, say, I don't see color, because then it's you're not seeing me. Not to say that you have to identify as like, I'm black and that's the main factor about me. Of course not. That's not everyone's upbringing, it's not everyone's feelings. But at the end of the day, that still is something that exists within who I am, and it still is part of who I am. Regardless of what I want to say or what I want to do, whether I want to focus on it, whether it's like I'm involved a lot in my culture, regardless, that's still part of who you are. And when people say I don't see color, it's super dismissive. And I understand the sentiment behind it. I understand because actually, if I'm being honest, like years and years ago when I was younger, when I was like a teenager, I kind of would proclaim that myself. I would think like, I don't see color. It doesn't matter to me. I don't see who you, like with the color of your skin. I just see who you are as a person, which is all well and great. And the sentiment behind it is well and great. You know, you just want everyone to be equal on the same playing field. But that's just not how it is. And that's the reality of our situation. Unfortunately, that's just not how it is. It is something in a society that people have to face no matter where you are in your life, no matter how much money you have, no matter what area, neighborhood you live in, you can always experience some sort of difference because of the color of your skin. And even if you don't experience it personally, you might know somebody who experiences it. Or even if that doesn't happen and you're just completely isolated from it, you still have television, you still have social media, you still see the negative connotations, the negative ideas that are in the media. And I'm sorry, I just want to say, like, I'm sorry for this video being all over the place. Like, I know right now that a lot of different thoughts are going to come out and they're going to be a little bit jumbled, but it's really important for me to get this point across and to talk about this, so I'm just going to let it all flow out because it's a really important topic to me. So yes, I will be passionate about it, and yes, I have a lot to say on the matter, but I don't want my train of thought to get you guys thrown off the video. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I think my whole point there is just that when you're black or when you're a person of color, that will always be relevant to you until the day that it's not relevant in society. If that's a day, like if that exists, it will always be something that will set you apart from others. Regardless, that it will always be something. The color of your skin will always be a part of who you are. And so that's another part of why it becomes dismissive when people say I don't see color, because it's like, it's something that we have to deal with whether we like it or not. I could go my whole life without ever talking about the color of my skin or talking about my race. At the end of the day, other people are still going to talk about it, and other people are still going to have thoughts about it and have ideas about it, and it's still going to exist. So I think it's important to remember, like, it's not about I don't see color. That's not helpful. It's about I want equality, and I think everyone should be on the same playing field. Those thoughts and ideas are amazing and great and powerful. It's more like I don't see color. I'm dismissing the fact of the differences between us because I want equality or whatever it is. That sounds silly, but that is just never a good thing to say or to believe or to want to believe. It's just focus on the fact that we want equality, we want to be looked at the same. We're all human beings and there are no differences in our humanity. It's a difference of the color of our skin, whatever. At the end of the day, that doesn't always have something to do with who we are on the inside, really. I know that sounds cliche, but it really doesn't always have something to do with that. So yeah, I hope that mumbo jumbo made sense to you guys. Yeah, so I'm really happy to be able to have a platform to kind of talk about these things, and I would love, honestly, out of all my videos that I filmed, this would be one of the videos where I just want you guys to comment and let me know your thoughts, and even if you don't feel comfortable commenting, messaging me or whatever, this is something that I really want people to understand, and I don't want people to be offended, I don't want people to be confused, I want them to understand why this is important and why saying I don't see color is really a negative thing at the end of the day. And I do want to talk more about my personal experience with racism, with race relations, whatever, and I do also want to talk about stereotype threat and microaggressions and just go deeper into this whole topic of race, the race issue, I guess you could say, race in America or whatever you want to say. But I just think that this is a lot for one video. I'm 23 years old and my whole life and my whole experience with race cannot be summed up in one video, and others can't as well. Other people's experiences cannot be summed up in one short video as well, and I definitely don't want this to go on to be 25 minutes like some of my videos have been. So anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, or like I said, message me, and thank you guys so much for watching.